Okay, let's get straight to it. In the beginning of Pasha's Bo, by the Makkah, by the plague of Arbe, of the locusts, Hashem tells Moshe Rabbeinu to use his hand, the Te Yodcha al Eretz Yisrael, stretch out your hand on the land of Egypt, and then the locusts will come. So, is that what happened, Jordan? No. That's not what happened. Pasuk says afterwards that Moshe Rabbeinu, what does he do? Stretches out his staff. Doesn't stretch out his arm, his hand, as Hashem told him. He uses the staff, he uses the stick to bring the locusts. Same thing happened earlier in the Torah by the Makkah of Dam. Sorry for not going in chronological order, but we know the Torah doesn't always go in chronological order. So Shlomo Garfinkel also doesn't always go in proper order. So in the Dam, the same thing happened. In the plague of blood, same thing happened. Hashem tells him to, he does say take the staff, but he says the Te Yodcha, stretch out your hand. And what happens? Pasuk says that Moshe Rabbeinu takes Aaron, but Yoram b'mata, and he uses the staff to bring the plague of blood. It doesn't say Yodo as God told him. Another question. Later on, there's like a discrepancy in how the Torah describes the Korban Pesach. It says the Korban Pesach should be eaten b'chipazon, okay, quickly, right? We eat the even when we eat the afikomen, right? We eat at the end of the meal. Now the tzafon, the afikomen, we eat at the end of the meal. Pesach hu Hashem, it's the Korban Pesach for Hashem. So that's how the Korban Pesach is described, as being for God. Later on, in the next pasuk actually, it says, so the blood of the Korban Pesach is described as being for you. Yeah? Hashem says for you, so meaning for us. So what is it? Is it Lashem or is it for us? According to the Kedushas Levi, we can answer all these questions. The Kedushas Levi tells us that this holiday we call it Pesach. We don't call it Chag HaMatzos, even though the Torah said Chag HaMatzos. Because Hashem wants to talk about and stress what we do for Him. He calls it Chag HaMatzos. Talk about stressing what we do for Him, the mitzvahs that we perform. We eat matzah, we clean the house, we do all the mitzvahs associated with Pesach, as difficult as they are. But we talk about what Hashem did for us. So we call it Chag Pesach. We downplay what we do for Him, we talk about what He did for us. So now we're going to answer all the questions. The Korban Pesach has both aspects to it. When Hashem's talking about what the aspect about what we do for Him. But the Korban Pesach has the other aspect also, talks about what He does for us. So it has both aspects. And that would answer also the original questions. Why Moshe Rabbeinu used the staff when Hashem told him to use his arm. He didn't want to use his arm, do it himself. That would indicate that he's the one that's doing all of it. He wanted to give the credit to Hashem. Hashem didn't want to tell him to use the staff, because then it would downplay his involvement. He wanted to show Moshe Rabbeinu's greatness. It's not me, it's not the staff, my name through the staff which did it. No, it's Moshe Rabbeinu doing it. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't want to do it with his own arm, own hand, because then that would indicate that it's his own doing it. And his anivus and his humility, he used the staff to downplay his involvement and to focus on Hashem's involvement, which is the way a true person does. They downplay their own involvement and focus on the greatness of the other party. A good job.